And what is up, people? So you know what? It's the Rob Show. It's Rob Deep, and usually it's Bobby. But you know what? Today it's Rob Bear. We got the Robs.
Rob and Rob. And you know what? We got robbed. We got robbed of a few minutes of our life watching what we're about to review, I think.
Oh my God, that's a great segue into Transformers Fan First Friday, and it was an hour long. It was an hour-long show, and there was no need for this. And I've said this before when it comes to power, like when they do the Power Rangers. They need to watch the Marvel Legends and the G.I. Joe Fan First.
I missed those, but oh wait, the G.I. Joe ones I did catch. I like those.
Yeah. Like the G.I. Joe and the Marvel Legends Fan First Fridays, they're like 30 minutes. They go in, they get in. They're like ninjas. In, get them out. So they open the show. Now here's where I actually put a check mark. The VR game. Now, my wife has an Oculus. So I've been doing a lot of the VR games on there. That shit is cool.
Like, yeah, I haven't. I'm not really much into gaming. I watched that. Like I said, I watched the VR presentation with my son, and one thing he did say, he said, Megatron sounds a little more like Starscream than Megatron. He had because of the pitch of his voice, and he wasn't that impressed by it. I thought it was cool, but my son wasn't that impressed by it.
And fair. I mean, that's what. And I'll give you son's like, all right, Dad, this is kind of whack. This voice sounds, like poop. But here's the thing: is like, so I'm playing like Vader Down or Vader Immortal on the Oculus, and like, you actually like grab the lightsaber, you have to flick it on. Like, it's amazing. So I really want to play this game on the Oculus.
You want to open the Matrix one day?
Yeah, like open. Like, oh my God.
Play some Stan Bush in the back.
Let's do it. I dare you. Now, the comic. I'm not reading the comic books. I'm not. So this was, It
was a little extra. I started reading the IDW series. I think it's when Edwards was drawing it. It was cool. I think I got like my son and I read until maybe episode 22. I mean, not episode, but issue maybe 20. We dropped off when it got a little when the artist changed.
Yeah.
And then they started doing Insecticons, the Constructicons shoot off comic. And Grimlock is one of my favorite characters, but I was just like, I'm not gonna put my money in that right now. I did like the cover. I like the cover art. I forgot who it kind of almost looks like a Kevin Nolan illustration.
Yeah.
Almost right, like just that wizard coming out of the of Grimlock's chest. But nope, not getting it. Didn't care.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I've said this before. Like, look, if that's your jam, if those books are your jam, hey, go for it. I am not gonna, rain on your parade. But for me, it's like,
and just a heads up. I heard that IDW was losing their license to Transformers and the Joes.
Yeah. So,
who's getting it? I mean, who was it? Image had it first. Was it Image who had it?
No, Marvel.
When Jim Lee, no,
Marvel.
sorry.
It was Marvel
in the 80s. Yeah, I remember those comics. Yeah,
Yep.
And then remember when I think it was not Jim Pat Lee, when it was Pat Lee and Jim Lee doing the covers, right?
I believe so.
That happened in 2003, 2004. Then I didn't care.
Then I don't know. But this is a toy kind of movie. So let's jump into the toys. Now, before we started filming, we both said that there are about 3 toys that we were both really excited for, and I will pre-order these, or like try and find them. So what were your figures that you're like, you know what, this was worth an hour of my life? What were your
okay? The Junkticon, Junkyard.
Oh, yeah, Junkyard. Okay.
The Junkyard. Definitely Sludge.
Yep.
And I was a little. Cup.
Okay. Cup. Okay.
Cup with the repaint, and then my son, he said he liked the new the new Cliff jumper
Yeah.
with the gray legs. He thought it was he liked how it looked more of the car because I got him there over the summer. I got my boy gave him the whole series
Yeah.
of G1, and he watched it during the pandemic, so he's a little more he knows a lot more lore and it's more fresh in his mind. So he said, "Oh no, I like that better than the dark legs." And then the cup was the other one. And he
Nice.
said, "Oh, he said, huh? What's that?"
I just said nice. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but he said that RC looked a little insectoid, like he didn't like her face. Uh, she does look movie accurate, but
Well, and here's the thing. So I agree with you. Junkyard. I will get Junkyard. I'll get Sludge because I've got the other Dinobots. I did like that.
The cover art on Sludge was super.
Oh yeah, great.
You might not even want to open. You might have to buy two of those. Just one for the box to keep it in there, or maybe just take them out of the box and then just leave the box somewhere where you can see it. But
That's what I do. Yeah.
it's definitely.
Let's see here. Junkyard looked great. I liked Ironhide.
Zeke liked Ironhide too. My son
Yeah.
liked Ironhide too. I have to keep referring to him because he watched it, but he's watching something else now.
Yeah.
He joined our last meeting with Travis, but yeah, but they looked so small.
So here, and I agree with you. And here's where like RC and the Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie kind of fall into my gray zone. Is that RC outside of the face looks completely cartoon accurate. I feel that the RC face on their Legacy, Beast Wars, whatever, the face looked better on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Bumblebee, like, I get that it's from the beginning of the movie of Bumblebee, and I get that, like, when he's in robot form, he looks like that old school 86, and when he transforms, he's like Cybertron Bumblebee. I want them to do just a G1 Bumblebee as a bug. I don't understand how that's as difficult.
They haven't. Wait. No, we haven't. Have we gotten that yet?
No,
right?
No.
We got Cybertronian, and we got the Cybertronian one that's floating around on the pegs that no one's buying right now. That turns into that little ship.
Yeah, I don't want that. No, I want the bug. God, I don't want the Camaro. I want the Camaro in real life, but I don't want the Camaro. I don't want the Cybertronian version. I want the 1986 bug. Don't know why that's so difficult for Hasbro to give it to me.
We haven't gotten it, right? Dang.
We have not gotten them yet.
You know what? And let me just and this is so okay. Your three are Sludge,
Sludge, Junkyard. I'm kind of with you. Sludge, Junkyard, and then Cliff Jumper.
And Cliff Jumper. Okay, yeah, and I'm not really feeling not Daniel's dad. Who's Daniel's dad?
Spike.
Spike, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He'll stay in the box.
I noticed
just some of the Dinobots.
Whatchamacallit, I noticed that Sludge didn't come with anybody extra, which is better. You know what? I didn't like the wheelie. I didn't like the Daniel that came in Slug, and then the wheelie that came in with Grimlock. I think they should that Daniel. I mean, that Spike should at least prompt them to do the core series wheelie, please, maybe.
True. And then, but you know what? I will say this, in that my biggest complaint with Marvel Legends has been their Build-A-Figure series. They charge you the same amount for like just a regular figure as a figure with a Build-A-Figure piece. I'm like, no. So with these, look, I don't give a shit about Spike, or you know what? It's a little extra thing, and you know what? I appreciate that. All right, now on to things that we don't care about, yet they spend 45 minutes of our lives discussing. So guess what? You get to enjoy that pain as well. All right, so Walmart exclusive. Cool. Just gonna hang down the peg warmers. We've got Sandstorm. Don't care. Exactly. We've
Don't
got
care, yeah. The purple or yellow, it's gonna stay on the shelf. I mean, wait, doesn't history repeat itself? Nobody bought those figures back in the 90s,
at
right?
all.
Nobody.
No.
No. And I mean, you still see Arachna, the
Oh
one
yeah,
that
you
turns
see.
into a bird.
Oh, you got tons of like them over at the Target across the street. You go to any vintage toy store, they've got plenty of like they're in the dollar bins, like all the
Yeah.
Beast Wars stuff. Not
Nobody likes
Optimus, not Optimus, not Megatron. I get that people like the big figures, but the secondary. All right.
So now that, let's see what's coming out. What's coming out now that I've been seeing that's been hit in New York is my man Blaster, right?
I need that Blaster.
But,
yes.
Yeah, Blaster's coming out, but he's coming out hand in hand with Tigertron, the white tiger. So what's on the shelf is the white tiger and Blaster on the same shelf in Targets. Nobody's buying that crap. Nobody's buying Tigertron.
No. I just want literally the only one I want. I want that Blaster. But do you know what, Tigertron? I don't. Who?
You haven't found Blaster yet?
Not yet.
Oh, I found there was like they're hitting the decks two at a time.
Okay.
I saw two today, and I saw two on Tuesday, I want to say.
Okay.
So I got this one from one of my friends, and then
Wait, I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Okay.
So two at a time per box.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Ben. Okay, so we got Sandstorm, Nightcrawler, Buzzsaw, cool, Scorponok, and Tigertron. And once again, it's all comes down to okay. And
yeah, and then, I mean, how are you gonna call it a Scorponok, bro? Come on.
How do you feel? Because I'm torn. I dig them. I do. I really dig the Red series, but since they don't transform, I'm not inclined to buy them. But
the Red series, yeah.
That Knockout and that G1 Ultra Magnus. I even have it looked really cool, and I might pick that up. But since they don't transform, I'm not like, ooh, I need to buy them. It's like they look cool.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep referring to my son again. My son was like, "Oh, look, it's a white Optimus," and I had to explain to him how my G1 Ultra Magnus had. Well, then it was cool that the guy showed it. I was like, "Look, I had that too, Zeke." But you're still calling them Ultra Magnus, and it was because of a ghost issue. It was a ghost episode. I think it was an episode. Somebody explained it to me where Optimus came back. There was some kind of sickness, and Optimus came back. They had like the shell of the body.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, and then that's why they put it in that figure. But other than that, why do I want? They should have just made a nice red figure that had like the straight up Diesel Ultra Magnus.
And I agree, and that's where the Red series. They're cool. They look fantastic. No ifs, ands, or buts. And to the painters and the designers, bravo, hats off to you. But they don't transform. Although I don't transform my figures anyway. I like pull them out into like robot form and have them blasting. So like
Yeah,
it's like Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny. I come out blasting.
I do. Some figures I do take out and transform like the cars because my son's a big gearhead. So
Yeah.
I do take out the car ones. But for instance, like you see, I got Blaster. I also got Trax. Now it was in a Masterpiece series and Blaster as a radio.
Yeah.
That one I want. Anyway, I'm hearing. Was it Roadblock? Who was the red character in the Red series? Who was Optimus? They showed Ultra Magnus. Who was the red one that looked like
Knockout.
the Cybertron? Who is it? Knockout.
Knockout.
Okay, yeah. Now whack wherever. What's that? That's Walmart. That's also right.
Yep, those are all Walmart.
The delay.
I believe so. All right, now finally to wrap this up.
All right. So the presenters. Are we going to talk about presenters?
Yep, we're gonna do that right
In the
now.
presentation?
So
All right.
the issue that we have here, and the issue why this was just all over the goddamn place, was the fact that when you have like G.I. Joe, like Emily runs that ship. Emily runs that G.I. Joe show, and you know what? She is fantastic. She gets it done. Boom. With Marvel Legends, like those three guys they've worked with each other so long that they know how to work with each other. This was 5 geeks on Zoom talking all over each other in a very awkward situation.
Maybe they have bad connections like we have right now, but
but
it can't be that.
They're Hasbro.
Yeah, it's Hasbro. They should. I don't know. Yeah. Who is it? The guy on the bottom left. He seems like he doesn't want to be there. He's smiling. Nope. He's putting on all the fake smiles. And then the guy who has the prototype models. I don't know.
No, like, and here's the thing. Like the one on the bottom, you're right. Didn't seem like he really wanted to be there. He was very awkward. You know, maybe that's just, they don't have the screen experience. That's fine. Marvel, the Legends guys have been doing this for a while. You know, G.I. Joe, they've been doing it for a while. They seem very natural. They can joke. They have like they have inside jokes, and they're great. Like I will actually sit down and watch the G.I. Joe and the Marvel Legends. Like Marvel Legends, like they're great. This was just like, you know, the lady, the female. She actually had like a quality setup. She knew what she was doing. She was great. She should have ran that show. She really should have.
From the beginning, From
the beginning, like
and they figured her out. Boom.
Yeah, and it's like now it's like four guys who were like even like the guy with the beer, like, oh, I read my notes wrong. These are my notes.
Oh yeah. And this is Cliff Jumper. This is Cliff Jumper, but then it was Cup.
And everyone's like, I'm like, that's not Cliff Jump like that. And like everyone's like, no, this is Cliff Jumper. He's like, it's the notes in front of me. I'm like, these are my notes. They're not even like special notes. It's just as I went down the line. Like, why are they talking over each other? This is cool. Like, the notes aren't that difficult. The notes really aren't that difficult. I felt this was a rushed show that went an hour long. That didn't need to be a rushed show.
It was a fluff show. It was a fluff. It's like 3 items of value. And then the rest of it was fluff, but they wanted to present something. They wanted to make us feel like they had something for us, like a lot. But
and they just kept talking. They like literally right now, it's like we're just gonna keep talking. Like, stop talking. Next toy.
Yeah.
So taking our advice, we're gonna stop talking now. And how would you rate this episode? How would you rate this fan first?
1.5 Bibles out of 5.
1.5. Okay.
Yeah, because I think in a cumulative 12 minutes, which was 1/5 of 60 minutes.
Yeah. No, and you know what? That's a great way to do it.
Yeah. So I'd say 1.5 just to be nice. Because I was, like I said, I was thrilled by Sludge. I think Sludge's presentation was dope when they talked about his neck moving, like all the mobility and the features there. That was fine, and I was happy that he didn't have an extra figure not to care about, and his art, and also what's his name again?
Junkyard.
Yeah, Junkyard's box art was dope too.
Yeah,
I like it when they show the box art. So, like I said, 1.5. I'm not going to give him a whole 2 out of 5 because it wasn't worth. Like I said, it was 12 minutes of me actually watching that, and the rest was me fast forwarding.
You know what? I had given it a 2 because I like the VR, and then they did give us 3 figures that I'll for sure get. 2 that I'm iffy on, like I'll have to see them in hand, and then the rest.
We can round 0.5 to 2, so let's do 2 out of 5.
You know what? That's still, I think we're. And you know what? Here's the thing: us giving him that 2 is very generous. Very generous because I like the VR.
Maybe it's for having a girl in the beginning.
You know, and you know what? Honestly, no, Rob. You know what? No. We're going back. We'll both 1.5. 1.5 because she should have run the show. She should have run the show because she came in, she knew her shit, I think she was the most qualified to speak. Even the guys who had the prototypes. No, she should have been the Emily of this show, and she wasn't. And for that, I'm taking that 0.5 away. No, it's a 1.5.
1.5. Oh, my son said she was annoying, but whatever.
But
yeah, 1.5. Let's go.
1.5. There we go.
1.5 out of 5. There you go.
God, that you know what? I think that is the lowest grade I've ever given a Fan First Friday.
Presentation, Fan First, yeah.
It was just bad all around. Hey, and you know what? Here's the thing. And this is where, like, I told Travis, like, I'm giving it a 2, and I'm gonna drop it down. He's gonna be shocked. Whenever I watch a Fan First, I'm like, 4.5, 5.5, 5. You know, I'm always like, hey, this is great. Like, Marvel Legends great. G.I. Joe great. Star Wars, hit or miss. Usually about 3.5 to 4.5. You know, depends. This was just like Jesus.
So 1 drink and a shot, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Enough to make you go, hey.
1 Bible and a parable.
So 1 drink and we got a drink and it's a 1.5 whiskeys.
No, 1 drink. Yeah, we got 1 Bible and 1 Testament.
There we go. All right. So that is a 1.5 whiskey out of 5 from both Robs. Damn, Hasbro, step it up. All right.
Yo, when is Mattel gonna give us something like this? I need some. I need some more like motion stuff.
You know what? Here's the thing. When Travis, K. Wish and I did PowerCon, they gave us like this type of presentation, and I'm like, oh, this would be, you know, really sweet. Like, you know, once every so often, give us, you know, but I don't think they will. They should.
They didn't have anything at Comic-Con, at New York Comic-Con either.
Mm-mm.
I was hoping to see some like new figures. Yeah, Hasbro didn't even have anything there. I didn't get to see new transfer. Like when I met Travis, it was at the 2018 or 2019, no, 2019 Comic-Con, and they had all the new Transformers. They had Unicron there.
Yeah,
it was impressive. 2021, nada.
You know what? I think they're waiting. I think they're now going to start just saving it for the Fan First so they can quickly get that pre-order in. Even though we won't be able to pre-order these until later this month.
Right. And I'm a hunter. I like doing the hunt. So I live in Brooklyn and they steal packages. So it's all about hunting for me.
There we go. It's all about the hunt. All right. For Rob, this has been Toy Mood episode 61. Transforming your weekend away for an hour. All right. See you in the toy aisle, everyone. Peace.